welcome back to Atomic Vegans. Today we're going to be giving you our top tips for going on a Disney cruise as a vegan. These are in no particular order in terms of importance, but these are just things that I think might make your trip a little bit easier.
Number 1, soy milk, or any type of plant milk. So maybe you should explain this.
Yeah. So there are drink stations on the cruise where you can get soda, you can get coffee, but there are no vegan milks out for you to use. There's no vegan creamer. You can get vegan milk throughout the day at the buffet, or you can probably ask one of the quick service restaurants, but then when it becomes nighttime, it's a little bit more difficult to get. So our trick is whenever you're at dinner, you can ask them for a to-go container of soy milk. They'll put it in like a kid's to-go cup for you and just keep it in your room so you can use it throughout your cruise.
In the fridge.
In the fridge.
Because there's a fridge there.
In the fridge, because there's a fridge. Number 2 is letting them know you're vegan. So when you check in, there's going to be an option for you to let them know if you have any dietary preferences. So there's 2 different scenarios where you're... actually 3. One is when you check in. The second is they have...
check in online before the cruise, like days before the cruise, weeks.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
And then once you get on the cruise, the first day, they'll have people out where you can meet with them and tell you your dietary preferences. Not one single time. We do both of these things every time. They have never known that we're vegan. Once we actually get to dinner time, they have never known this information. I'm not sure why. I do it just in case, but they've never known. So you're going to have to tell multiple people, and when it comes dinner time, you're going to have to tell your waiters. You'll have 2 different waiters and a head server. You're going to have to tell them again, because most likely the information has probably not been passed on to them. So third thing is it is actually very confusing ordering dinner with dietary preference. I mean, I'm going to assume it's this way for people who have other dietary preferences, but for being vegan, it's very complicated. There are typically vegan options on the menu at the sit-down restaurants. The waiters usually don't know what it is. They oftentimes don't know what's vegan on the menu. And if you ask, they won't know. They'll have to check with the server. They'll have to check with the kitchen. There's usually like a bread option. They do have vegan, but they've always had vegan butter available, but you're going to have to ask for it. You really have to check every single thing. Even if you go in and you've read blogs, articles, and you know what's vegan, you're going to have to double check with them because it's usually not known that there are vegan options on the menu. Which leads to the second point, is that they're going to ask you to pre-order your dinner for the next day, and they're most likely going to offer you curry. I think you really have to be kind of specific, or else you're going to get curry for every single meal, at least in our experience. You can order the vegan option that's on the menu, but they're also probably going to bring the curry out to you as well. And sometimes they might bring you a third entree as well. We have had times where they brought out 3 different entrees.
Basically, what they'll say is, you can try the food, and then we can also make you curry. Yeah. And if you say yes to that, you get a lot of food. Here's the other very confusing thing. They will not bring out the next dish until you are done with the dish that you currently have. And you have to tell them, or they'll never bring the next one. Yeah, they'll never bring it. Basically, you need to be prepared to get 3 entrees. And when you're done with the first one, you have to tell them you're done, or they're not going to bring the next one out, and you're going to be sitting in the dining room forever. And if you don't like it, or if you don't finish it, they'll most likely ask you, you don't like this? Yeah. And it's kind of awkward. Yeah. But it's so much food. It's a lot of food. There's no way you're going to finish it all. This is what it boils down to. They're going to ask if you want to pre-order your food, and it's most likely going to be curry. You can say yes or no. If you say no, they might make it anyway. Yeah. So the next thing is room service, and on the last ship we were on, which is the Wish, they did have a vegan option on the room service, which was a vegan chicken sandwich. They have it on all cruises, right? I have no idea. I don't feel comfortable saying that. We don't feel comfortable saying that. I don't. So I would double check on room service and see if there is a vegan option, and you can call and they will deliver to you at any time. So that's a really fun option 24 hours.
In terms of breakfast, you don't have to eat at the buffet. The restaurants, like the sit-down restaurants, one of them will be open that you can go. And there has typically been a very good vegan breakfast on the menu. My favorite is when they have the option of it's like pancakes, a sausage, vegan egg, and a hash brown.
Yeah, hash brown.
Yeah. It's really good. It's a great option. It's easier, actually, I think, than going up to the buffet, even though the buffet is the one that has like the fun Mickey waffles and an omelet. Because to me, it takes a little bit longer because you have to find a person who is going to do special orders for you, and you have to special order that meal. Whereas in the restaurant, it is on the menu.
But no matter what, the last day you will be eating breakfast in the restaurant. So if you want to try the buffet, don't plan on it on the last day. Do it on the days before the last day. Mm-hmm.
On Disney cruises, the buffet is not open for dinner. And if you want something after you eat at the sit-down restaurant, like a late-night snack, or maybe you don't want to eat at the sit-down restaurant, the pizza restaurant is open late. And so we like to get late-night pizza. They have a vegan pizza available. They've had it on all the ships that we've been on.
Other restaurants might be open. Definitely pizza. Probably not the like Mexican food place, but the like barbecue, the hamburger place, that probably will be open during that. But definitely pizza.
Okay, next tip is that you are going to have to advocate for yourself heavily, or you're going to be eating nothing. Okay, so nothing is maybe an exaggeration, but with the buffet, right, there are vegan options on the buffet. When you ask them what the vegan options are, they're most likely going to want to just make you something in the back and bring it out. You really have to be like, no, I really would like to know what on the buffet is vegan. That way you can go to the buffet the next few days and get it too. Sometimes they do have like a rotating vegan option. You got to advocate for yourself, or you are not going to be eating to the full capacity that you could be eating. You have to ask a lot of questions. Same thing at dinner, because it is very possible that they're going to bring you something that's not vegan if you don't keep saying it over and over and over.
But it's not just that. Everyone else on the cruise who's not vegan, they get all this food, all these options, and so you gotta want something. You gotta ask for it, and it's awkward and it's weird, but you gotta do it. So every night for dessert, everyone gets this massive menu of dessert options, and they'll say, "Well, we think we have sorbet for you."
Also, sometimes there might literally be a vegan option on the dessert menu and they won't know. So I think it's why you kind of have to do a lot of research before you go in, because I've gotten great vegan desserts there that have been on the menu, and sometimes they have no idea that it's on there. And so the default is they're going to want to bring you fruit, or they're going to bring you sorbet.
Yeah. So you got to try. You got to try.
You really have to try, or else you're going to get kind of like the bare minimum in terms of food options, whereas they're literally, it might honestly be on the menu, and it's just not known. Okay, buffet tips. Once again, when you go, you're going to have to ask them.
No, hold on. When you go to the buffet, you gotta look for the people in the white clothes.
White shirts, yes.
White clothes. Are they wearing pants too?
They're wearing a fully white outfit.
Yeah, look for them. They're the most important people in the buffet section.
Yes.
Talk to them.
Yeah. So you have to talk to them. They're the ones who are going to help coordinate your special orders, or if there's things on the buffet they can show you. My advice is, before you find the people in the white outfit, go down the buffet and find things that you're like, this is probably vegan. This is probably vegan. It might not be, but just like think, okay, this might be vegan. So when you talk to them, they're most likely going to want to just make you something in the back.
Some of them will gladly walk you down the buffet and tell you. Some of them won't.
So my suggestion is, you've made your mental note. Okay, this probably is. This says plant-based, so that probably is. Say, okay, I would like to know what all on the buffet is vegan. These things probably are. If you check, can you check for these things? And that way you kind of have you're right. And sometimes they'll bring things out too. They'll specially order things, and there's usually like a sign for a vegan special that they can do.
Okay, one thing that's very important is at the buffet, they really, really, really want to only give you basically the thing that is marked plant-based. And usually it's like a pasta, right? Yeah. Everyone gets to go to the buffet and go whatever the they want, okay? That's fucking bullshit. And some of them only want to give you that one thing. This is a buffet. I don't want one thing at a buffet. I want whatever the I want that's vegan. Get your money's worth. That's what I'm saying. Get your money's worth. Okay, also, side note on the buffet. Or do you have more to say there, right?
No.
There is a vegan dessert on the buffet. They won't know about it, but it will be there. Get that vegan dessert on the buffet because it's there. Okay, the next thing is you won't see soy milk or almond milk or coconut milk on the buffet. It's going to be in the like cereal section or like the it's the cereal section. I think they have a bunch of cereal and stuff, and they have like milk. You gotta say, hey, I want oat or soy or whatever milk, and then they'll go get it for you.
All of this, literally all of this, could be solved if Disney would just mark things. If on the buffet, they have standard things on the buffet that have been on there every time. If the little card they printed out just automatically had the leaf symbol on it, that would make every person's life so much easier. On the ship, all the employees on the ship, the people on the ship, it'd be so much easier if they would just mark things vegan or gluten-free. I mean, I know they probably have gluten-free stuff on there too. If they just put that on there.
Yeah. Ultimately, it's Disney who makes it so much worse for everyone involved.
Every single person involved, they're making it so much harder.
Okay, so I just wanted to film something additional so you could understand like what we're kind of getting at here. Basically, at the buffet, there's only one thing that is marked vegan, and that is the plant-based special of the day. Everything else on the actual buffet, the French fries, the rolls, the rice, all these things that like usually happen to be vegan, they're not marked. They're not marked vegan. They're not marked anything. Actually, they are marked vegetarian. There's a lot of things that are marked vegetarian, but not vegan for some reason. Basically, the goal of this is to be able to, at any point when the buffet is open, to walk up to the buffet and grab a plate and grab the things that you had asked if they were vegan previously. That way you don't have to talk to somebody every single time that you want to go get some food.
Okay, next thing. If it's your birthday, you probably should not tell them it's your birthday. If you're going to tell them, if it's a celebration, it's your birthday, you have to be super adamant that they bring you the vegan dessert that does exist. There is a vegan dessert. There is a vegan cake because I've gotten it. You have to reiterate that you do not want it if it's not vegan. Because they will bring you, which has happened, they will bring you a non-vegan dessert and say, we know you can't eat this. Here it is anyway. Not only has this happened on Disney Cruise, this has happened at Disney restaurants on Walt Disney World Resort property, where they do it regardless. Which made me think, is this some sort of policy that they have? But no, we have had them do the correct vegan dessert before, so it is possible and they have it. This is why I am kind of leaning towards I probably would not tell them it's my birthday. I don't tell any place that it's my birthday anymore because of this. Next is they by default, one of the best things about the cruise in my opinion is the housekeeper does so lots of fun stuff in the room. I really enjoy all the fun little things that they do. But one of the things they do is they put chocolate in the room, which is not vegan chocolate. So what we do at the very beginning is we'll just write a note that says like, hey, we can't eat the chocolate, so you don't have to do the chocolate.
And they don't do it.
And they don't do the chocolate.
Which I'm so shocked that happens, but once we start doing that, they don't.
They don't bring the chocolate. But they do lots of fun stuff in the room, so.
Like towel animals.
Yes, they do towel animals, and it's really cute. And they'll like, move plushies around and do fun things like that. Then eating on the island has always been a struggle.
Talk about each island first.
Okay, so there.
And by each island, we're only going on 2 islands. There's probably a lot of different Disney cruise destinations.
Yeah. So the islands that we've been to are Castaway Cay and then Lighthouse Point. I'm probably saying the wrong name. Lookout Key, Lighthouse Point.
Something like that.
I always get the name mixed up. On Castaway Key, this one has been much more difficult to eat at in our experience, but you can get a burger there and fruit. But it's never been really straightforward. You you will order it at the restaurant the night before, but they will not really have it. You still have to find a person to get this specially made. So on the other island, which is a beautiful, oh my god, it's just ridiculously beautiful. They have a curry on the buffet that you can get. And some other things, at least when we've gone, there's been some other kind of like bean salads and fruit.
Not marked though, right?
Things like that. No.
Yeah. So
well, I learned this from asking the employees, but I like this one much more because it's a more interesting option than a burger. And so, that's usually been a better experience because they're not having to specially make it. It's already like on the bar.
Okay, so for the last tip, this is for the quick service restaurants. I consider these to be like the pizza restaurant, the burger restaurant, the barbecue, and then the Mexican restaurant. So for the pizza and the burger restaurants, there's usually a sign that will say, here's the plant-based special of the day, which is like a pizza or a burger or a hot dog. So for the Mexican restaurant, for some reason, there's never a plant-based special. So you have to find the people, again, in the white. You go up to them and you basically tell them that you're vegan and that you want something from the Mexican restaurant. And you can kind of tell them, like, I'm not sure what's vegan, but if you can find out, I'm just telling you generally what I want. And if it's not vegan, obviously don't include it. But, I'll take whatever beans are vegan. I'll take, these vegetables if they're vegan. You can potentially even ask for like vegan cheese because they have it and they'll give you some vegan cheese. And so that's like the best way to do it. It's pretty difficult if you like go up and you try to order with the people there who are behind the counter. They usually don't know, so it's usually best just to go find the people in white and talk to them, or if you don't see the people in white, you can go up to the counter and ask them to get somebody, and they'll like write it all down and then they'll go make it for you. Now, I don't know if this applies to the barbecue restaurant. I've never attempted it for some reason. I don't know what they have. So I don't know. I guess I'll check next time I go on the cruise and maybe I'll put it in the comments. But I'm not sure if the barbecue place has any vegan options.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
No. But overall, I feel like we don't highlight critical. We love Disney cruises.
I highly suggest Disney cruises. It is so much fun.
It is really fun.
I just get really angry. I have anger issues, and I'm working on it.
Okay, alright, well, thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful.
I'm putting your mini drawing in the video.
Please don't put that in.